The fix is actually easy. The idea is to memorize the last focused button and set it again every time we click outside of the menu. So we'll go to our UI menu and create another variable. I'll call it last focused button. It's gonna be of type button. Now let's go to the designer and add a new button outside of the vertical box and make it as big as the canvas. Then set the background opacity to 0. We don't want it to show. It's just there to trigger the click event. I'm gonna call it background button. Now let's create the onClicked event. So whenever this button is clicked, I want to get the last focused button and give it the keyboard focus again. Set keyboard focus. Now the only thing left is to actually send some information to this variable. So let's go back to our UI button and go add some code when actually the button is focused, which is this part here. We need to add something here. And for this, we're gonna need to use an event dispatcher to send our current button to the user interface, to the UI menu. So let's create an event dispatcher. Let's call it last focused event dispatcher. We need an input of type button. I'm gonna call it my button or last focus button. Of type button. Now let's call it here. And give it our button to pass it. Button object reference. And this should be a button to, no. This is weird. Let me call it again. It works now. I don't know what happened there. So let's go back to our UI menu and start adding some code to that event dispatcher. So now we're gonna script what's going to happen when that event dispatcher is called. So, and I want that to be on the event construct. So let's add a sequence. I'm going to do the same thing 3 times for the 3 buttons. So I'm just gonna make a loop to make things faster and easier. Not the bigger button. I need a new game, the options and the exit. I'm going to make them into an array. Then I'm gonna use for each loop. So here I'm going to bind my last focused event dispatcher. I'm going to bind into a custom event. I'm going to call it set last focused button, and I'm just going to set the last focused button to the button that is focused, and that's it. This should work. So I got my menu here. So whenever I click outside, it just refocus on the latest button that is focused. And there you go. See you in the next video.